So this is a video tutorial that is actually inspired by drugstore products, and I can't say that I am the mastermind completely behind it because I actually took my boyfriend with me to Target and he picked out everything, and this was actually his idea. So this video is inspired by him, but for you guys, I don't think he did half bad. He pretty much picked out the colors and you know, just pretty much walk me through everything, and you know, hopefully you guys are able to find this a little bit easier. And I probably don't plan on doing more drugstore looks in the future, maybe randomly every once in a while. It's just, you guys, I have so much makeup that I really, anything that I would be buying is just excess. So honestly, this was just completely spontaneous, completely random, and completely for fun, and I just figured let's just try something new and keep it under $25, and that's exactly what I did. So if you want to see how I got the look, please keep watching. The first thing you're going to go ahead and do is to have your eye primed with your primer of choice. I prefer to use concealer, so I have my highlight concealer, which is about a shade lighter than my natural complexion. And then I have my regular concealer here, which is my actual foundation shade. And to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter what shade you use as long as it's fairly close to your skin tone, because you're just gonna pop eyeshadow on top of it anyways. So on top of that, I'm going to be adding my eyeshadow base. This is from the L'Oreal Hip line. The color is teal. And you actually get a ton of product for what you pay. It's fairly large. It's about the same size. Actually, the jar is about half the same size as a MAC paint pot, and you get about half, but you know, you pretty much get your money's worth with this one. So I'm going to take a little bit of that with my finger, and it's a gorgeous teal color. Well, actually, you know, you guys know I'm biased because teal's one of my favorite colors, but it's very, very, very pretty. And to be honest with you, I almost kind of like it by itself. Kind of gives like this color blocking effect. So anyways, there's that. I'm going to take a little bit of that also along my bottom lash line, just a little bit, and blend that out with my finger, just so we can set a base for those bottom colors we're going to be using in a moment. So there you've got your eyeshadow base all set, and leave that on hand because we're going to come back to that. The next step I'm going to be doing is adding my highlight. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything from the drugstore, so I'm just going to have to use my good old trusty rice paper eyeshadow, and this is by MAC. It's probably going to be the only thing that's not drugstore, so you know, you kind of got to give a little bit. But I'm going to take a little bit of that right in my brow bone area and just pop that in there and blend that out from inner to outer. And it doesn't take much, and I love the way that it looks up against the teal. Next, I'm going to be taking my Hip Bright Shadow Duo. The color of this one is Roaring. So you open it up and you've got like a royal blue, and then you've also got kind of like a brownish shade to it. So first I'm going to take that royal blue, and I'm going to take that on the inner corner of my eye and about halfway onto my lid, and just really, really pack that color on with my 252 brush. I'm also taking a little bit of that blue on my inner corner, innermost corner, which means facing, I'm sorry, more closer to the bridge of the nose, inner, and then on the outer corner of the eye. So we're going to leave a little pocket on the center for that teal that we have. Next, I'm going to take my little Maybelline quad that I have. Or I shouldn't call it quad because there's 5 eyeshadows. But this is from their Color Explosion Eye Studio. The color is Amethyst, and basically it's the purple set. And what I'm using is the V shape right here, the darker matte purple. I'm taking that in a blending brush. This is my 222. And I'm really going to try to pack on as much color as I can. And I'm adding that on my outer V. And just blending that out. I'm gonna go back to that color, but for now, I'm gonna run back to my hip eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna go back to that brown color that I use, and I'm using that as my crease color. Basically, it's gonna just blend out the edges of all those colors, and makes everything kind of transition well from the lid colors to the highlight. Just makes everything kind of blend together nicely. And you can add as much or as little as you want till you get the desired results. And then now that I've done that, I'm gonna add a little bit more purple on the outer V. So basically what I like to do is, once I got all the colors in place, sometimes I like to reapply all the surrounding colors, because when you're blending and you're brushing, sometimes they all tend to get washed out amongst each other. So I like to go back and just make sure, which is why I got my teal now. Back to my teal cream pigment. I'm sorry, back to my teal cream eyeshadow. Gonna pop that right in the center, just so that you can see the difference between all the colors, because like I said, they tend to get like blended into each other. So there's that. I'm going to use a black eyeliner in my waterline to get a smoky effect and to kind of edge the look up a little bit, make it look a little bit more edgier and sultry. And then I'm going to use my e.l.f. cream liner in black, which I absolutely adore. Looks just like that. And it comes with a super mini brush that you can apply with, which is kind of cute, but I probably won't keep this for more than a week because I do see myself losing this very easily. And I'm gonna line those eyes. For mascara, I'm using Maybelline's Lash Stiletto, my all-time favorite. And I'm not gonna use a whole lot because since I have to put lashes on, it's just gonna make my job 10 times harder. So just enough to where you can black out any of that shadow that got on your lashes, so that they don't get that dusty look. And to add some depth when we add the lashes. Okay, so now that we have our mascara placed, I'm going to be using some absolutely stunning lashes, and this is actually, I really like this brand now. So now that we have our mascara set, I'm gonna be adding lashes, and this is actually one of my favorite pairs of lashes now. This is Ardell, the Ardell brand, and I got these from Target. The lash number is, I don't know, they're just called Wispies. That's all I got for you guys. Ardell Wispies. And they're pretty much most comparable to MAC 36 lashes, except they don't wing out as much on the ends. They kind of taper more towards the center. And I really like that. It's definitely a different take on a very classic style. Very beautiful and everyday wearable. There you go, guys. So pretty much that is the final look. Adding mascara on top of the lashes is optional, but for the most part, it is pretty much complete. And I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for watching.